So, shall we start the class? In previous classes, we have discussed about joins and subtables. So, what is the join? So, join clause is used to combine rows of two or more tables based on the related column. So, what is the subtable? Subtables also known as nested tables. So, yesterday we have created three tables to store the So today I'm going to discuss about views. So what is a view? View is an SQL statement stored in the database. It acts like a virtual table. So unlike the tables, views don't store the data directly. They hold the definition of the query. So what is the definition? Means data type. Whatever we have used according to the column. So we have to use the data type. So when you query a view, it executes the stored SQL statement to retrieve the data from other tables. So we can also enhance the security. So we can restrict the access to specific columns by granting the access only to the view. So not the primary table. So here we have syntax, right? So create view. We have to use create view to creating the view. Monthly salary summary, any name you can give. So as select, so department, so sum of the salary as total. So I'm using the count function. So here I'm grouping the department, and return the sum of the salary for each employee. So to retrieve the data, what we have to do? Select statement. We have to use the select statement. Select start from monthly salary summary means it is the view name, whatever you have given in the query. So you have to give that name. So to retrieve the data. So let me check one example. So how can we create the view? We have to use the create view command. So syntax, what is the syntax? Create view. So here I have given monthly salary summary. You can give any name. So I'm creating the view. So create view name. So salary summary. I'm giving the salary summary. So next, what is that? As. So as select. So I'm grouping the department. So what is our table? So I'm retrieving the data. So select start from EMP1. So it will display all the columns from the table. So here we have a table. So I have added gender. So I'm using the department column. So department. So for which column you want to group, just define that column name. Department. So I'm giving the salary, sum of salary from EMP1. So this is the table name EMP1. Next, what is that? As total from EMP1 group by department. So just I'm grouping, and I want to display the sum of the salary group wise. So just execute the query. So here we have 0 errors, right? So how can we retrieve the data? What is the command we have to use? So select start from. What is our view name? Salary summary. You can give any name, no need to give same name. So just to retrieve the data, you have to give select statement and I have given view name. So here grouping the department wise. So IT department 1,98,000 and manager 1,78,000. So next, so I want to count that IT, how many members in IT department and how many members in manager departments. So what we have to use? So we have to use the count function. So I'm giving the count function to count how many members in the IT department. So it will display employees. Sorry, this is already exist. So what we have to do? So create or replace. You can give the create or replace. So here we have 0 errors. So how can we retrieve the data? Select start from salary summary. I did not change view name, just I have given same name. So here IT department 1,98,000, 5 members employees in the IT department, and the manager department has 5 members. So in this way you have to use the count function. So next, what is it? So how can we see the view? So here in the class database views option here. So here we have created, it will store the views, will store the whatever you have created the view. So it will store in the views section. So next, what is that? So if you want to replace the view or create view, you can use the create or replace command. So if you want to create only view, just you have to use the create command. So next, what is that? Here create view, my view as select. So here the create view and my view is the view name as select our query. So employee ID, e-name, and here I am have extract the months from e-date. So here I am using the extract function. So we can create in many ways. So just try it your own way. So create, what is that? View. So view name. So I will give my view. So no need to write multiple lines of code. So just you have to write single line to get the results. So what is that? Create view name. And so this is our query. Select EMP ID. And next, what is it? E name. So whatever you have created the column names, you have to give that name, same names. The column names must be same. So next, what is that? So dates. Here I'm extract the date. Extract. So here month from e date. So I'm extracting the months from e date. E date is our column name. So e date is our employee column name. So next, what is that? As date. So I have given alias names. What is that next? So from EMP1, EMP1. So select the query and execute the query. So here we have 0 errors. So how can we retrieve the data? So select start from my view. Our view name is my view. So it will not store the data directly because it will take the data definition, means it will refer to the data types. So select start from my view. So here the table has displayed employee ID and employee name, e-date. So here the dates, I have retrieved months from e-date. So you can also retrieve the, so here our date column, so e-date for 2022 first 3 and 5. So here I have extracted the months from the dates. So you can also extract from the dates from e-date. Next, what is that? So you can also extract from years. So you can give the year. So year from e-date. It will extract the years from e-date. So we have created the my view, right? So I'm using the create or replace. So just select the query and execute the query. It will display the results. So retrieve the data. So here I am extracting the year from the e-date. So here you can see the dates from the e-date column. So in this way uh, you have to extract the years or dates and months from the dates. Okay, next topic, what is that? You can also drop the view. So how can you drop the view? What is the syntax? So drop command is used to drop the view. So drop view name. So it will delete delete the views permanently. So drop view. What is that? Drop view name. What view name? My view. So how can we see the views? So here in our class database, views are here. So here my view and salary summary two views are created. So just I want to drop my view. So my view. So you have to use the drop command to drop the views. So here we have 0 errors. So you have to refresh the object browser. Just let me check that view has dropped or not. So the view has deleted from view section. So in this way, you have to use the drop command to delete the views. So next, what is the index? Why we are using the indexes? So index statement is used to creates indexes in a tables. Used to retrieve the data from the database more quickly than otherwise. You cannot see the indexes, so we cannot retrieve the data. It will use to speed up the process. So what we have to do, so here syntax. So create index name. On which table you want to create indexes, just give that name and column 1 and column 2. So here create index my index. I have given the my index name. So you can give any name on EMP. So I have created on EMP. So EMP name is the column name and EMP ID is the also column name. So you can add one or more columns. So let me check one example. So create index. What is that? Create index. So I'm giving the name my index. So on which table you want to create the index, just give that name. So here we have tables employee one, order one, and order product student, student one. So you can take any table and just index on the table. Just you have to use the create command to create the index. Just create index my index on. So next, what is that? Column table name. So I'm creating the index on EMP1. So you have to give the column names. EMP ID and EMP. So you can add one or more columns. So salary. Select the query. Just execute the query. So here we will not get any errors. Just check. We have the index on EMP1 on employee. So just do the employee one table. So here we have index, my index. I have created with the my index. So my index, employee ID and employee name, salary. Here you can see that index. So just it will speed up the process. We cannot retrieve the data from these indexes. So if you want to unique index, just you have to use the unique keyword, unique. So here you can see the example, create unique index, my index 2 on EMP. So it is similar to the create index, but we are adding the unique. So if you want to create unique, just you have to give the unique index. So index name, I will give another name, my index 1. On which table you want to create? I want to add a student table. So I want to create it on student table. So you have to give the name student and I'm giving the column names, ID and the employee name. Just I'm giving the two columns. Just execute the query. So here one employees. So EMP ID and E name does not exist in a table because this is the student table, right? We have to give the student table column names. So here student ID, student name. So just take query. One more duplicate entry. Student dot marks one. So here on student. Wow. So here we have zero errors. Just refresh the object browser. Let me check that index has created or not. So here my index one. So we have created my index one with name my index one on student table. So student marks. So next, what is the drop index? The drop index is used to delete the index permanently. So what we have to use, so drop command is used to delete the index permanently. So drop index, and my index means it is the index name. I have to give that name. Our index name my one, on which table, student table. So I want to drop that index. Just select the query. So here we have zero errors. Refresh the object browser. Then let me check that my index one has dropped student one table or not. So we have indexes student. So I have that my index one on the table. So in this way, to inbuilt functions. So inbuilt functions are used to play a crucial role in manipulating and performing operations on data stored in the database. So here we have functions to allow data transformation and the form titles data from the years, and we can also days. We can also subtract dates function, dates columns. So here we have three types of inbuilt functions: math functions, and date functions. So why functions? We are using the math to perform calculations columns. So what are they? We have root function, power function, ceil function, functions. So what is the first one? Absolute math function. For mathematical operations, we have to use the math functions. So what is it? Absolute function returns the absolute value of your number. So if you have given the negative number into the parenthesis, it will return the positive results. So here the syntax, select absolute of number. If you are giving negative value, it will return the positive results. So select uh, product. So in the product table, we have price column. Select start. So get the price decimal value 25,000 and so how can we use that absolute function? So select absolute of any number. Absolute of I with the price column. from the product table. So price as the absolute price from product. So select the query and execute the query. It will give the absolute value. So negative value. So this is the positive value, right? So I will give the negative value. So negative some number 20. So it will, if you have good numbers, it will give is sorry, it will positive values, positive reports in the table. Next, what is that square root function? So why we are using the square root? So this function will return square root of a non-negative number. The number be non-negative. The number must be non-negative, because if we give a negative number, it will return the null values. So you have to give the positive number to use the square root. So next, what is that square root? Our employee table has working hours, right? The working hours 5, 10 something. So I will apply that square root function on working hours. So square root of something, you have to give the, so working hours. So employee working. Select the query and execute the query. Just what will happen? So working hours in unknown column, working hours. We need to give the right name. So just check that. So working hours. So we have to give the, from which table you want to retrieve the data, you have to give that table name. To select the query and execute the query. So here, after square root, the result will be displayed like this. So you can give any column name to find out the square roots of your numbers. So in this way, you have to use the square root. So you can also give the profits from products. Let me see one more example. So square root price. So our column name is price from the product, right? So as square root 1, I will give the square root 1. So from, what is our table name? Product. So product table has price column, right? I will apply square root on the price column. So here, this is the square root of your number. So in this way, you have to use the find out the square roots. So power function, what is the next function? Power function. So power function will use to calculate the value of a number raised to the power under number. So here we have syntax power, base and exponent. So we have to use the power function numbers. So base function and exponent function. So let me check one example. So suppose 2 power means 2 square, it will be it has to return 4. So let me check once. So select, what is it? Function power So working hours, and I want to give the exponent function 2 from what is it EMP1. So work column is in the EMP1 table. So after power, we have calculated the power. So the result will be like this. So if you want to find out any power of the number, you have to use the power function. So this is the inbuilt function. So next, what is the ceil function? Why we are using the ceil function? It will return the nearest smallest integer that is greater than or equals to a number. Some database servers are use the ceiling function, which is equivalent to the ceil. So in this MySQL, you have to use the ceil of number. Something I have to give. So here, example, select EMP ID, ID student name, ceil of marks as marks from the student. So I want to apply on the salary column. So what is that? Ceil function. So I want to give the price. So price, I will give the alias name price from employee. So price column has, price column is in product table, right? So you have to give the product table name. Product. Just select the query and execute. So here the price 25,050. So it will remove the decimal numbers. So decimal values. Select start from product. So here the price column has two decimal values, right? 0, 0. So the ceil function, it has removed that zeros. So it will return only 25,000. So this is the price and price 25,050 without decimal values. So why we are using the ceil function? It is used to return the nearest smallest integer that is greater than or equals to a number. So next, what is the floor function? So floor function returns the largest value, which is smaller than equals to a given number. So let me check one example. Select floor of, I will give the price column from the product table, and so price from floor. So price from product. So select the query and execute the query. So here it will return same result. I will give the some numbers. So 62.859 I will give. So just what will happen? Let me see that. So floor of that number. So it will return only 62. So in this way, you have to use the floor function. Floor function returns the largest value, which is smaller than or equals to the given number. So next, what is the round function? So why we are using the round function? We can use the round function to round a number to a specified of the decimal places. So we can use to control the precision of your results. So select round off number and decimal places. If you want to add the decimal places, you have to give the round function. Suppose select round off something 12.36548, comma 3. So it will round to the three numbers after decimal values. So it will display 3 numbers after point after. So let me check one example. So select what is the round of something. So 23 to 35 point. So if you want to store up to 2 decimal values, you have to give the number 2. Just select the query and execute. So here you can see 235.85. So I have given 2. So it will add 2 decimal values after the point. So I'm giving the 3. So it will add 3 numbers after the. So it will add 3 numbers after point. So it will add 3 numbers to the decimal values. So in this way, you have to use the function to add the decimal values. It is used to control the precision of your results. So next, what is that truncate function? Is used to truncate the value, the specified number of decimal places. Here you can see the truncate function. So let me check one example. So select truncate. Next, what is the decimal value? So we got same results. It is also similar to the round function. And to truncate, we can also truncate the dates columns. So here we have ignite and the quarter. So you can try. Tomorrow we will discuss about string function and other date functions. So just go through the syntax and practice daily. So thank you so much.